Thank you for joining us in Sheffy's Sandbox. We are April and Steven, a sister and brother duo. However, today Steven's not with us, but I think he would be equally delighted to have you meet our guest today, Natalie Rose Nall.
Hello!
Welcome, Natalie.
Thank you.
All right, this is a segment I like to call Let's Grab Coffee.
Oh.
Okay? In this segment, we pop into a virtual coffee house before hitting the beach. And being the benevolent hosts that we are, your order is on us. All right, so what order do you give the barista?
Okay, so are we just making coffee for itself, or?
Okay, so we're pretending
Okay.
that we are at a Starbucks.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so place your order. What are you ordering at this pretend Starbucks?
I would have I would have a Frappuccino with ice cream and double whipped cream on the top with 5 strawberries.
Okay. So now,
I have a sweet tooth.
now that we have that refreshing beverage,
Yes.
let's go to that beach and dive right in. Now, we only allow unfamous people on this podcast. So we need to determine whether you meet that bar or not. What could be your 5-second claim to fame?
What is 5-second claim?
What could you be famous for?
Well, I really like doing art. I really like doing singing, and at my grandma's I would she is teaching me to do sewing, so yeah.
Okay. I think you passed the test for our, I see you.
Non-famous.
You're not famous. You are quickly rising to the top, my friend.
Thank you.
If you're like me and you've wanted to make a podcast ever since podcasts became a thing, then I encourage you to check out Anchor. Anchor is what I use to create podcasts. I always thought I didn't have the know-how or the resources to create a podcast. The research made it all feel too overwhelming, and then I discovered Anchor. It's free, easy. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. All right, Miss Natalie. Guests are asked to choose a word or phrase that they would like to hear used more often in everyday conversation. Something that doesn't get enough play, enough airtime. So what is a word that you would like for people to use more often?
Mythological.
Mythological. All right, let's get down to the interview segment.
Oh, wow.
How do you feel about being our first ever guest?
It's such a pleasure.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am in Houston. I am 8 years old. I have 2 dogs.
Can you tell us why you're all dressed in black?
Well, okay. I am a brown belt in karate. So, I loved karate when I was a kid, so I have always wanted to do karate. And then I got to do karate. like I love karate.
What are other things you enjoy doing?
Ballet, selling lemonade.
Yeah, tell us about selling lemonade.
So this thing, well, it's like an app. It's called Lemonade Day. It teaches you about being an entrepreneur and like how to get a booth, how to stuff like that. And then when you're doing with all the levels, your parents can sign you up on activities there. So I told you a few videos ago, I am such a sweet tooth. So the night we did the taste tester, so this is a thing, a taste tester is where these judges test your lemonade. So I spent up until 6 or something just figuring out which one it is. I'm like, so when I tried the two, I'm like, what do they taste again? So I did that 40 times.
So when you were trying to perfect your perfect recipe,
I need sugar.
You definitely got sugar eyes.
Yes, I definitely did.
Well, I think in the show notes I will include a link to Lemonade Day. It's
yes, it is so
organization
fun
to help kids.
People are so nice there.
Definitely.
Yes.
We have found that to be true.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so karate, ballet. Sometimes you run a lemonade stand. What else you got going on?
Baking. I love baking.
What's the last thing you tried to make?
A horrid popsicle.
A horrid popsicle?
Yes.
I can tell the guests that indeed it was pretty bad.
Yes.
It was pretty bad.
Yes, because I did this thing with I'm 8. I did this thing with frozen milk and frozen graham crackers, just milk, graham crackers, something very basic.
That wouldn't have been the bad part, but what else did you add to it?
So when I took it out of the freezer to taste test it, it was you couldn't it was weird. There was no sweetness and no sweetness. So I'm like, okay, let's get this. I'm like, okay, let's do this. So I did
Can we skip to the part where you add pepper?
Yes, I added salt and pepper.
I think that was a little overpowering.
Yes, it was horrible. It still gives me nightmares. Okay, would you like to ask me any more?
Well, I think that's it for this interview. I think we are definitely going to hear more from you in the future. Would you be okay with being a junior co-host going forward?
My honor. My honor.
As she bows.
Yeah.
All right, usually this next segment I would ask about how people can find you and where you are on social media. You're not on social media.
Well, I do have a phone, so if you just gave me social media, thank you very much.
I think that's a few years out still.
Oh,
But
no.
So we'll skip to the next and final segment, teachers. I personally love how in the Lifestylist podcast, Luke Story ends his pods by asking his guests this question. So I'm including it in ours.
I'm scared.
Who have been 3 teachers or teachings in your life that you might share with our audience that they could go research and also learn from? So what does that mean? So I think in Kid Talk, it's asking you what are 3 things that you have found helpful in your life that you would encourage people to look into?
Writing.
Okay, since we're new at this whole podcast thing, we had a phone call interrupt our podcast, but I think we left off, you had given us the first practice that you have found helpful of writing. What else? Math? Is math... I honestly, I think that's the first time I've heard of math as a therapy or practice. How does math help you?
Well, people out there hate baking, but to me, I love baking. So, every single time, I'm like, I need something about math. So, it's not a typewriter, but, what my father uses.
Oh, a calculator?
Yeah, a calculator. Whoa. A calculator. I can't even speak today. Wow. I'm like do.
So
just typing on it.
So you feel as though math empowers you and enables you to do baking.
Yes.
To a better extent. Okay. Do you have a third and final thing? Reading.
Yes.
And I know you're a big reader. Yes. You love audiobooks.
I have all the Harry Potter series.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not really, but I know all the books. I know all the books. You have all the series. I only have 1, 2,
You have
4,
the
and
audiobooks.
6. Yes, I have the audiobooks from Alexa. Thank you very much, somebody. Whoever did made Alexa. Thank you very much.
Yes, I will add that she just has to tell Alexa to read to her a book, and because we have the Audible subscription tied into that, she gets to listen to books, and she listens to Harry Potter every night before she goes to bed. And okay, Natalie, any final thoughts?
No.
I think that's it for now.
Yeah.
All right, our guests, that was our very first trial run at this. I hope you join us next time. Thanks.